This is topic C on page 129, Customizing Smart Art. PowerPoint does a lot of the work for you when it comes to creating smart art graphics and converting text to smart art. However, you will likely find from time to time that you need to customize your smart art graphics to create the exact diagram that you need. PowerPoint gives you a high level of control over the formatting and style options that you can apply to the smart art graphics in your presentation. Understanding how to use these styles and formatting options will give you the flexibility to create complex diagrams that look great and blend well with other elements in your presentation. So when we have our smart art graphics selected on our slide, this activates our Smart Art Tools contextual tab. This is divided into two tabs, Design and our Format tab. So we'll take a look at the different groups on each tab, and then we'll take a look at some examples. So the Design tab, the commands on this tab, you can use to customize the overall look of your smart art graphics. You first have your Create Graphic command group, and this has commands for adding shapes, bullet lists, and text to smart art graphics, promoting and demoting items in a hierarchy, arranging the order of smart art shapes, and also changing the right to left layout of a smart art graphic. You have your Layouts command group for selecting or modifying the layout of your graphic, so you can choose, which type in that specific category that you want selected. You have your Smart Art Styles command group. You can apply different effects, and you can also modify the color scheme of your graphic. Then you have your Reset command group for discarding all your formatting changes. So this will reset this to the default graphic. Then on your Format contextual tab, you have your Shapes group for changing the shape or the size of your smart art shapes and converting three-dimensional smart art graphics to two-dimensional for editing purposes. Then you have your Shape Styles group for modifying fills, outlines, and effects. You have your Word Art Styles for applying or modifying your word art styles to text in your graphic. Then you have your Arrange group for placing smart art graphics in front of or behind other on-screen objects. And then you have your Size group for scaling or resizing your smart art graphic. So we'll take a look at some stuff that we can do using these two tabs. If I go to my Design tab, your right to left option in your Create Graphic group, you can see changes the direction that your smart art graphic actually flows. You can see my arrows are changing direction, and also my Recycle and Reuse shapes are being switched there, so it changes the direction that the cycle graphic uses. You can also add a shape from here. And this is the same as adding a bullet point in your text pane. Again, you can change your layout. So if I want to stick to my cycle type smart art graphic, but I just want to change the type, you can see we have a text cycle, block cycle, we have non-directional cycle, continuous cycle. So you have a lot of different options for whichever one that you choose. And again, you can change your color scheme. You have your colorful section. You have different accent colors. You can see accent 1 is a dark blue. Here we have a turquoise, green, orange, maroon, and purple. So all different options in each section here. So I'll go ahead and switch mine to the colorful range, accent colors 4 to 5. Then you get your Smart Art Styles gallery. Or again, it has some different effects on here. You have a white outline you can add, subtle effect. In your 3D section, you can see this one is a polished. It kind of gives it a 3D shiny effect. So it adds a little life to your smart art graphic. This is a bird's eye scene. And again, you can reset your graphic to the default. You can convert it back to text if you want. That will convert your text to a bulleted list. On your Format tab in your Shapes group, you can see this has a 3D effect. I can change this to Edit in 2D, so I can actually, take a better look at what text I have there. Click again to disable that. If I'm working with a specific shape, you have your shape styles. Maybe you wanted to change the color. This is a good idea for changing it to 2D first. So you can change the style of your individual shapes by first clicking on them. They get the individual border around each. Okay. And if those don't work for you, you can always individually change the fill shape on each one. Change your outline. You can add different effects to your shapes. Same we do with our regular shapes, not in our Smart Art graphic, just shapes that we insert into our slides. And for your text, you can add different word art if you want to. If you don't want just plain text in there, again, that adds a little extra to it. Or you can just add a text fill, text outline, and your text effects. And then in your size group, if you have an individual shape selected and you go to change the size, you can see it's only going to affect that one individual shape. If you're trying to resize the whole entire Smart Art graphic, you want to make sure only that outside border is selected. And then when you update the size, you can see it treats it as one item here and will resize it. Okay. Also, when you have an individual shape in your graphic selected, you can actually change the shape of it. So you can see I have circles for all three of these. I could change this to any shape in my gallery that I wanted to. So maybe I wanted a heart for my reduce. Recycle, maybe I wanted, let's see, this plaque shape. And then for reuse, I could change this to this pie. So you can, customize exactly what you want to do here. And you can make each individual shape larger. Maybe some of them you want a little smaller. There's lots of different options here for you. Your next video will be Activity 5.4 on page 131.